someone and tell me what you are sensing or feeling. Where are you? Look around. Are you inside or outside? Use your spiritual eyes and tell me, where are you? Is it day or night? Use your words and speak out loud. And tell me, where are you and what are you experiencing? Look around, who's there? What location are you in?
Daytime.
Okay, it's daytime. And how old are you? Are you Ryan?
No.
Look at your body. Who are you? What do you look like? Are you a man or a woman?
Man.
Okay. And tell me, what are you wearing?
It's like a tan, longer, I guess,
Like a robe?
like a robe.
Very good. And what are the surroundings look like? Are you outdoors or indoors?
Outdoors.
Are you in a forest? Are you in a city?
No. City.
And what do the buildings look like?
They're like one-story huts.
Okay. And what color is your skin?
It's tannish.
Tan. Okay. And what's on your feet?
Sandals.
All right. So you're in this village. Is anyone with you? Look around.
Animals and there's some people around.
Okay. Is anyone with you or are you alone?
No one.
And how old are you here, do you think?
20 or 30.
Okay. Now tell me, what are you doing? What's going on? Is something happening?
People come to me when they're ill.
So you're a healer?
Yes.
So is somebody ill? Or are you just walking around the village today?
Looks like I'm checking on a few people.
So you're working?
Yes.
Do you like your work you do?
I do.
How does it make you feel?
Definitely feels gratifying.
Very good. So carry on and tell me what you're doing as you check on these people. Tell me what you do in a day.
Just meet with people, talk to them, give them herbs and give them instructions on how to heal and get better.
Very good. So what's going on this day that's important? Is it what's made you sad or upset? What's going on? Is something happening in your village or to you? Keep connecting, keep trusting. Is there something that happened this day?
If there's going to be a war,
Who's talking about a war?
soldiers,
So they told you a war is coming?
yeah, they're discussing a war coming.
Who is this war between?
It's like our village and some outsiders.
How does this make you feel?
Not concerned. Definitely not excited about war. Not really wanting to go to war.
Will you have to go to war too?
It's a possibility.
You will defend your village?
Yep. And I'll have to help people.
Help heal them?
Yes,
Now, do you have a wife or any children in this life?
I do.
And who is your wife? Look at her eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. Are you Articus in this life?
Yes.
Okay, so am I your wife?
Yes.
Okay. So go on. Fast forward. And tell me what happens. Does the war begin? Do the outsiders come?
Yes, the war is beginning.
And what do you do?
Right now, I'm helping people, helping the children get safe, helping the women kind of go into cover, take cover, just helping everyone.
Are you scared or do you feel okay? How do you feel?
I'm concerned. I feel okay. Not too scared, but definitely concerned.
So what happens after you help the women and children?
The war gets pretty heated. A lot of people are being injured and killed.
Do you know the reason for this war? Why the outsiders are coming and attacking you?
I think they want our land.
Do you know what country this is in?
I don't.
Okay. So keep connecting. We want your land. What do you do?
I'm trying to save people who have been wounded, soldiers that have lost limbs.
Does the enemy have guns, or do they only have swords? Or what weapons do they use?
Just handheld weapons.
Okay. So go on, what happens next?
They end up leaving, but a lot of people died.
Mm-hmm.
It really ravaged our town.
So you have a lot of work to do healing others?
Yes, a lot of death.
But you survived?
Good.
And how about your wife or any children? Did they survive?
Good.
And you have children?
One child.
And who's that child? Look in their eyes. Do you recognize them from this life? Do you recognize the eyes of that child?
I think it's Stefana.
Okay, very good. So carry on. Do these people come back to fight again? Is this the end of the fighting?
Bring that on, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward to another day when something important is happening in your life. So close that scene and fast forward to a scene where something else important or significant is happening in your life. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And be there now and tell me what's going on now. Where are you? Is it day or night? Are you in your village still?
I'm gardening.
You're gardening? Okay. And what are you growing?
Growing corn, squash,
Beans?
some beans.
Very good. How do you feel in this garden?
Feel very peaceful.
Go on. What happens next after you continue gardening? Is your wife helping you? And your son?
They're there. We also have
Another child?
some animals.
What animals do you have? That you raise? Are they your pets?
Sheep. They're like pets, and we use the wool.
Okay. Do you eat the sheep or no?
No.
Any other animals?
Few donkeys. Just for transportation.
And what do you guys eat in a day? What is your diet like? Typical diet?
Plants in the garden. Sometimes fish.
Very good. Go on. What happens after you finish gardening?
looks like we make dinner and be together as a family.
How do you feel there with your family?
I feel a little happy.
Very good. And you feel things are peaceful now and you feel safe? Very good. Now, what happens next after you have dinner?
Just have a fire and hang out by the fire.
Is there anything else significant with this scene or this evening?
No.
So let's close that scene now, and we're going to find another significant time in your life when something important is happening. Something significant is going on. So close that scene. That was a happy scene and a happy memory. You'll find when something else is going on, significant. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And be there now. And what's going on? Something that's impacted your life. Is there something happening in your village? Use your words. The more you talk, the more you love, and will know. What's going on? Is it day or night?
Daytime.
And who's there with you?
I'm by myself with animals.
Okay. And how do you feel right now?
I feel very content and happy.
Do you enjoy being with the animals?
Yeah. I feel very connected to them.
Can you communicate with the animals?
Yeah.
What do the sheep say to you?
I'm in a forest.
You're in the forest. Who are you connecting and communicating with there?
It's like deer, birds.
Does the deer have a message for you?
It says thank you for looking after us. Thank you for caring for us.
So you protect the animals in the forest?
Yeah, so like friends. I have a strong connection to all the animals.
What do the birds say? Do you have a spirit animal that guides you, one that you're most connected to? Is it the deer? Or the bird?
It's a bird.
And what bird is that?
It's like a hawk of some sort.
Okay, like a falcon or a hawk. What message does the hawk or this bird have for you?
Says I have great strength and wisdom.
Ask what abilities does this hawk or bird bring to you?
It gives me inner strength.
Inner strength, and go on. What else?
Makes me wise beyond my years. Gives me intuitiveness.
Spiritual vision.
Yes,
So you let the hawk guide you a lot in that life.
I do.
And what does the hawk want you to know now in this life?
I want me to know to be strong in these times. I'm a strong person. I have more strength than I realize.
And more spiritual gifts.
Yes, very intuitive.
What's blocking his spiritual gifts at this time and his spiritual vision?
Just needs to believe.
Believe in himself.
Yeah.
So nothing is blocking his third eye right now.
Just needs to have belief.
Okay, very good. So is his ego blocking his belief?
Sometimes it's getting better. He quiets the ego.
Okay, very good. And how much are you guiding him in this life?
I'm always here.
Who is his main guide?
Michael.
Michael. Okay, very good. So is there any other message you have for Ryan at this time?
Just keep raising your vibration. You're doing a good job.
Now, why did they show him and take us to this life as Articus again? Does he need any healing from this life?
Yes, he could just use some healing.
From when he was killed?
Yes.
So let's go to the day that you were killed, going back to that battle, the day you defended your village, and that day that you died. But remember, there is no death, and we carry on, and we reincarnate, and death is just an illusion. And how were you killed in that life?
Protecting the village.
And how were you wounded? What was your fatal wound?
Was stabbed.
And where were you stabbed?
In the abdomen.
Okay, so we need to heal that wound where you were stabbed.
Yes.
Okay, so let's bring in Archangel Raphael to bring his healing light and healing energy. We're going to shine a light and heal that wound and go back in time. So you go to heaven with a healed body. What color light does that stomach need?
Needs bright blue light.
And what will this light do?
It'll eradicate all the wounds and poison from the stab marks.
And did you forgive the people that murdered you?
I did.
Okay. So there's no resentment or anger there?
Resentment.
Okay. Is there anything that you held on to on this earth before you died? Any attachments that you didn't let go of? Any fear for your family?
Yeah, I did have fear for my family's safety and that I couldn't protect them anymore.
How did that make you feel?
Felt helpless. Felt scared for them.
Okay. So will this blue light help with that feeling of fear and feeling helpless?
Yes, it will.
All right. So let's envision now that light blue light, Archangel Raphael, shining into the top of your crown, shining down through all of the chakras, and all of the chakras being filled with this light, and into the stomach, sealing that wound, healing that wound with this beautiful blue light, bringing in all visibilities, letting go of that fear, letting go of that idea that you failed. This was your time to go, and this was your mission, and you did not fail, and there's no such thing as death, so you have nothing to fear. So keep shining that light, it's healing into that stomach, and tell me when it is done. Keep shining the light. We'll bring in Archangel Michael and the other angels to bring this light as well.
Complete.
Very good. Wonderful. Now let's just connect to Michael now. Go ahead and connect to your higher self. Bring in Archangel Michael, one of my favorite to talk to. And tell me when he's ready to speak and he's here.
I'm ready.
Hello, Michael. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
A pleasure as always. I'd love to connect with you. Now, so Ryan needed more healing in that life of Articus. Is he okay now with that life?
Yes, he definitely got the healing he needed.
Very good. Does he have any other past lives that are affecting him in this life now? That we can take and do some healing on? Any other lives?
No past lives are currently affecting him.
Okay, anything from this life?
Nothing particular. He just needs to retune some of his chakras.
Okay, well, let's work on those chakras. Which chakra needs retuned?
The crown chakra.
The crown. And what interfered with the crown chakra?
It's a lot of negativity. Slightly.
Negative thinking or negativity going on?
Negativity on the outside.
Okay. So what light do we need to bring into the crown?
Some golden light.
Golden light, very good. Let's call on Archangel Raphael, your benevolent ancestors, and light from source directly. Shine light into that crown. beautiful gold, sparkling light. It's going to help awaken, retune crown chakra. And can we shine this golden light into the other chakra that needs attuned? What chakra is that?
Heart chakra.
The heart, very good. So shine it down into all the chakras, actually. Refresh them all.
Yes, refresh them all. That would be good.
So bring the gold light down from the crown into all the chakras, the throat, the heart, the solar, the root. All the chakras will be cleansed and purified, spinning faster, being more opened, rebalanced, and recharged.
They look good now.
Good, very good. Thank you so much. Now there's a lot going on in the world and we have some questions that I hope you could help us with. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now, is there anything else that's holding Ryan back at this time? So he's a lot to give to the world and a lot more to offer that he holds back. Or is it not his time?
He's definitely a help. Definitely can help a lot of people.
Yes. He helps people now.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people that just aren't ready, it seems like, though. I'd be planting seeds, which is all you can do. They're not ready.
Very good. Yes, planting seeds is so important. And he's good at planting those seeds and he helps people with his energy, just being around.
And raising his vibration.
Very good. Can you tell me, I had a feeling the other day that is everyone that comes to Earth, are they actually a light worker? But they need to awaken to that and become one?
Not everybody.
Not everyone? Okay.
Some people have different roles.
Okay. So, but all came from light and everyone initially came here with a job from source?
Yeah.
Okay. And some come here willing to play a dark?
Yeah.
And will they be punished if they chose to play a dark, to play part of this game? Or is that forgiven?
It's planned beforehand.
Okay.
They won't be punished.
Okay. What is the river Styx? Is that something in heaven or something that we cross into the afterlife?
Yes, that is in the afterlife.
And does everyone go on the river Styx?
Not everybody makes it.
Can you explain what is the river Styx to us humans?
It's just a transition in the afterlife.
Not everyone makes it across the river?
Not everyone.
What happens if they don't make it?
They would be given another opportunity and another life to make it.
Okay. So is it a test to cross this river?
It is.
Will there be a mass exodus like we've seen in the past on Earth from stories from our Bible about the people fleeing Egypt Is that what's in store for the future for the light workers? Will there be another mass exodus?
It'll be a gradual process. Won't be all at once.
Will the light workers need to be exiting the cities?
Definitely safer outside of the cities.
Okay.
Not everybody will have the opportunity to leave, but
Now, is there a hell? Is hell a real place and a real punishment, like we've been told? If we reincarnate, how do people go to hell?
you can have hell on earth.
Yes. Is that what will happen to the old earth?
Yes.
For the people that don't wake up and don't come back to God?
There'll be unpleasant times.
Now, God has wanted this Garden of Eden and the new earth for some time, but people just weren't ready previously.
Yes, that's correct.
And what will the new earth be like?
It will be full of higher frequency and vibration. You'll have to actually be at the radio station, turn to that station, that frequency, in order to even live here. If your frequency is not high enough, you wouldn't be able to survive in the new earth.
Okay, what do you mean survive? You would go back to the old earth or
You would be
reincarnate?
rejected.
And what does that mean to be rejected?
You would be reincarnated to the old earth.
Okay. Very good. And can you tell us how is it that we ascend? What is it exactly the light workers need to do and all the other roles need to do to make sure we ascend? There's a lot of speculation and a lot of theories that humans have right now, and it's very confusing. If you could give us a
Keep it
guide.
simple. It's all about raising the frequency of each individual by how they live their lives each day.
And what about the chakras? I was told in another session that the chakras will be important, that we unlock each chakra that will help us ascend, or a part of the ascension that is a necessity. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. But you shouldn't worry. As long as you're raising your frequency and vibration, your chakras will be tuned as well and open.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. So just raising our frequency with our diet, with our positive attitude.
You can't live in fear. That's the biggest one. You can't judge. You can't live in fear. We have to eat right, take care of our temples, watch our thoughts. Thoughts are huge. Our thoughts are powerful. Positive and negative. They're so powerful. We have to make sure they're positive thoughts. Even when we're given hate, we need to keep positive and transmute the negativity.
That's very good. So how are the humans doing right now on this awakening? I had high hopes and saw a lot of people were waking up, and now I feel like some are turning around and back to sleep.
There's a lot of people waking up, but on the other hand, there's a lot of slow progress.
Yes.
We can't worry about the ones that aren't ready. It's just not their time. We can try our best to help them or guide them, but we can't fall off our path or lower our vibrations in order to try to save them.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And should they not watch the news? It's a pure frequency that the news emits.
Yes, the news isn't conducive to raising your vibration.
Very good. And what are the best ways to raise your vibration?
Exercise, what we eat, what we think. How we treat others, getting outside, touching the earth, can't judge others.
What happens when we judge others?
It lowers our frequency. We're essentially just judging ourselves.
Very good. Now, can you tell me, how did people react to Jesus at that time? Was he very much disliked and unpopular?
They did not receive him very well. Many people turned against him. Many people wanted him killed. It was not a good time, but his presence alone raised the consciousness of others in the village. And that's what we can do as well.
And where all did Jesus spread his word? How far did his travels go? Did he travel to many other countries?
He did. He was in India. He studied with monks and gurus, shamans.
Where was Jesus in his missing years that was removed from the Bible?
A big portion was in India.
And where else? Where else did he study? Just India mainly?
Mainly, I mean, he traveled many other parts.
Okay. And what religion was Jesus? Did Jesus have a religion?
Love was his religion.
Oh, beautiful. That is my religion. Let's connect to Jesus now. Does Jesus have a message or like to communicate with us?
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't be discouraged. It's a tough world. It's a tough task to take on.
You had a tough world at your time as well. We appreciate you and all the work that you did in every life. And we love you.
I love you too. Just stay positive and don't let others affect your outlook.
It's very hard and I'm sensitive. How did you deal with all the hate and all the anger and all of the unkind things that people would do and say to you when they didn't like what your message?
It definitely hurt, but I knew my mission was bigger than me.
And what was your mission?
To forgive and to love when I was being hated.
Very hard mission.
We can't fight hate with hate.
The world needs love, most of all, yes. Now, after Jesus did his work, did Jesus ever marry or have children? Or as he went on with his life?
He had a family.
And who was his wife?
Mary.
Mary Magdalene?
Yes.
Now, why does the world not know this?
It's been covered up. They like to create their own image.
So what happened to Jesus' children and Mary after he were crucified?
They went on to live their lives.
Did they leave Jerusalem and travel to another country?
Yeah, they ended up leaving.
Was it not safe for them as well?
It wasn't. It was bad times.
Now, what did you and your followers, what were you called at that time? Was there a name for you and your following that you called yourselves, not a derogatory name?
It's called them brothers.
Brothers and sisters?
Yep.
So there was no title or no organization?
No.
And what was your main message that you came to teach the world?
Love is the only way.
Love is the path? And what was your message to the Pharisees and the religions that controlled things at that time? What was going on with the religions? Why didn't they like your message?
Because I was promoting peace and love and they wanted chaos. Easier to control with chaos.
And is Jesus returning? Are you returning in these end days?
I'm already here.
You're already here. Very good. So you're already incarnated?
Yeah.
And have you began your work?
Starting to.
Okay. Very good. That's exciting and wonderful to hear. Did you reincarnate after the life of Jesus in any other lives? Did you reincarnate just like other humans? Or is this your first reincarnation back since that life?
I've reincarnated many times.
Can you tell us another name? Would it be someone that we know in history? Or in the Bible? Or in another tradition or religion? Help humans explain that don't know about reincarnation. What is reincarnation? And did you teach about reincarnation?
I did teach about it. And we don't learn everything in that life. We have to come back for other lessons, other missions.
So if someone committed a lot of sin, lived a life not in the light, would they go to hell or would they reincarnate?
They would go to soul school they would reincarnate.
So they would learn more lessons to prepare them before they could come back. Now, is there anything like purgatory?
It's when you don't find the light.
So earthbound souls are in purgatory?
That's right.
And how can they escape purgatory? They need guidance?
A lot of guidance. It's not easy.
Are there any lost souls around us now?
Not around here.
Okay, very good. Very good. Can you tell me, Jesus, were you an Essean? And were your parents, Joseph and Mary, were they Esseans?
Yeah.
And the Esseans are very unknown and almost wiped out of history as well. What did the Esseans believe and teach?
They believe we were all one. And that we must love one another and help one another.
Beautiful, yes. So that sounds like what Buddha teaches.
Yeah.
So is that what the world needs, is a meeting of West with the East? The Christians incorporate some of these.
Yes, we need to start bridging the gap, blending the two.
And who is Buddha? What does Buddha represent?
Buddha was a guru, a teacher.
Like you?
Yes.
So all of these religions, Abrahamic, the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims, all believe each are correct, and all do not acknowledge or accept one another's teachings.
They all have something to bring to the table.
But he would
We need to be more Buddha-like. We need to be more Christ-like, etc.
Very good. So what Denali is trying to teach, bridging the gap of East and West?
Yes, it's not well perceived by many. But yes, that's what we need to teach.
Now, and reincarnation, was that in the Bible, and did it get removed?
It was originally.
What book was it in? Or it was in a number of books?
It was in a number of books. There's been a lot removed.
Okay, and what do you say to those that are religious and just cling to their Bible as the only source of God's wisdom and the only thing that they can trust?
It doesn't serve you to be closed-minded or one-sided. It's good to be open-minded and willing to learn and see others' point of views.
Good, thank you. Now, with this virus, I believe this is just the beginning. Are there more things that will be happening on Earth to wake people up since people are still so asleep?
There will be more events going to wake people up, get people out of their comfort zones, help people grow.
Now, how was it that Jesus, you were able to do miracles and walk? Is it that you manifested these miracles and the power of your belief?
Yes, it took many years of practice, but it was all in my mind and my beliefs.
And people now don't believe in miracles anymore. You probably didn't believe back then. So I'm trying to get people to believe in miracles and in healing and in spiritual gifts. Somehow they believe everything is false or from the devil. Can you explain what are spiritual gifts given by God and that they are real?
All of our gifts come from God. People need to believe in miracles and spiritual gifts. We all have the potential to develop these with practice, with positive thinking.
And what about a medium or a psychic? Is that a spiritual gift? And what would they have been called in your time?
It's spiritual intuition. Is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Are the mediums and the psychics modern day prophets? Very good. Can you tell me, or explain to the humans, explain to us what is channeling, because even that is perceived as evil by many people.
It's messages from spirit.
Can you tell me, how was the Bible written originally before it was edited? How were those messages received?
Majority was it channeled.
So the Bible that we all follow was channeled information.
Majority, yes.
And can you tell me what is the way that God communicates to us, usually, to his children?
Through channeling.
And what other subtle ways does God try to connect with us, or the angels try to connect and bring us messages?
Sometimes with animals.
When we see certain animals?
Yes, through our pets, through wild animals. Synchronicities.
Okay, what about ringing in the ears? What is that a sign of?
Like a download, if you will.
So it's a message?
Yes.
Does it matter which ear? Is there a significance to which ear is ringing?
There is no significance to which ear.
Okay. Very good. Can you tell me what happened to Nibiru? Is it near the Earth or in our solar system now?
It's in the solar system.
Will we be able to see it or know about its existence soon?
The possibility in the next 5 years or so.
Okay. Can you tell me, where was the Garden of Eden? Where was the Garden of Eden before we were kicked out? Can you share with us where the Garden of Eden was located?
I can't at this time.
Okay. Thank you. Can you tell me, so that I asked about hell, is there truly no hell for the demons or dark workers? They just go to soul school as well?
Demons are in different dimensions. Dark beings can be in different dimensions. It's not really a hell.
Okay. And what dimension will the new earth be on?
9.
9th. Okay. Now, so many light workers believe it is on the 5th dimension. Was that channeled incorrectly? Or is that to confuse? Is that from the dark?
Yes, it's confusion. I don't think it's in the dark.
Okay. And so we know that there's light workers. Is there also the opposite?
Yes, there's people here working for the dark.
Now, can you tell us, God has sent many light warriors, light workers in different positions, and at times they were great leaders that led people. Can you tell us about Trump? Is he here doing light work and going to help the people?
He's trying to help. He only has so much power and control.
So he's a light worker? Or not yet?
Not that.
Okay, so he has to awaken still?
Yeah.
So it's important we pray for our president and help him awaken
Prayers are good.
and protect
Yes.
him. Who is Trump the reincarnation of? Any past famous leaders?
He's an aspect of JFK.
Very good. And anyone biblical? Older than that?
He's an aspect of King Solomon.
Very good, okay. And King Solomon was a very wise king. What abilities did King Solomon have?
He had psychic ability.
Now, so many people are living in fear now with this virus, and I feel it's a trap. I mean, it's a test, of course, and everything's a test. So, is there anything or any other message that you have for people right now on how to prepare? What things for things that are coming? And more tests, worse than maybe this virus?
Just be aware of what's going on, but you can't live in fear of it. You have to stay strong mentally and believe you'll be protected. All in your thoughts, all in your mind. Lower your vibration when you're in fear. We can't do that.
Very good. We can't resonate in love if we're in fear, correct?
That's correct. You want to live in love or fear, not both.
Okay. And does Ryan have a close connection to you?
Yes, he's an aspect of me.
Very good. And so you're always with him?
I am.
And who was I in the life when you were Jesus? Or when you were alive as Jesus?
Mary Magdalene.
And was Mary Magdalene Jesus' twin flame?
You could say that.
Okay, very good. Can you explain what a twin flame is?
It's one's partner that brings out the best in them and also helps them grow. Oh, it's like a teacher.
Is this partner sent by God? A divine partner?
Yeah. It's not always easy, but nothing is.
Very good. Thank you. So twin flame is your ultimate relationship and your ultimate lessons, it sounds like. Very good. And how often do humans actually connect with their twin flame in lives? Is that rare or more often than we think?
It's not the majority.
And so many humans right now are looking for their twin flame. Is there anything they can do to help that manifest more quickly?
There's a vibration.
So it's divine timing.
Yes.
Will more people be finding their twin at this time?
Yes.
More the light workers that have been alone, looking and searching for their twin?
I believe so.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. So, and can you explain what it means to be an aspect? This is something that is confusing for the humans to understand, let alone reincarnation. What makes someone an aspect?
A fraction of the soul.
Okay. And then there are also main incarnations. So what does that mean?
What's that?
What is a main incarnation?
That's a life they live.
Okay. So the Jesus that is here already, that's the main incarnation and not an aspect of Jesus. But there are many aspects of him as well.
Yeah.
And many aspects of the other heavenly team here.
Yes.
Can you tell us about your return that is prophesied? Is there any others coming with you?
I can't say it this time.
Okay. Now, also there's the divine feminine, and the Western world has only seemed to remember mainly you as a divine teacher. What about the divine feminine? What does the world need to know about the divine feminine?
That we are equal.
Does God have a sex? Does the source have a
The
sex?
Creator does not. The balance.
Why did Creator create man and woman?
He made them out of his own likeness.
And what is the purpose of a man and woman?
To become one.
To balance each other?
Yes.
And what does an awakened masculine look like?
Can you say that again?
What does an awakened masculine, true awakened masculine man, what does he embody?
He embodies love and confidence.
And what does the divine feminine embody? The same thing?
Love, strength, and confidence.
Okay. Now, do we need to revive the divine feminine and the divine masculine, really? To learn to appreciate each other, love each other more, and cooperate more?
Yeah. Always good.
Men have been holding the feminine back and not acknowledging them and repressing them for some time. So it's time for the feminine and women to be treated as equals. Did Jesus treat women as equals? So the story in the Bible that women were created second from the rib, is that true?
It's just a story.
And that women were the cause of the Exodus, or of us being kicked out of the Garden of Eden, is that true?
No.
So what was the purpose of creating that story?
Be misleading.
Okay. To repress the women and the feminine?
You could say that.
Okay, very good. Now, what is Ryan's mission in this life as an aspect of Jesus, and is he also an aspect of St. Francis since he's so connected to the animals?
He is.
What is Ryan's mission in this life?
He's living it.
Okay. He's doing his mission?
Yes.
Is there any message you have for him?
Don't give up. I'm here for you. I'm always here. I love you. And keep growing.
Thank you so much. Do you have a message for the world?
We have to come together. We can't fight. The dark wants us to fight each other. Be separate. We're not separate. We're all one, and we're all connected to Source. We need to remember that. The ego thinks we're separate. The ego's always in it for himself or herself. We're all one, and love is the only answer.
Thank you very much. And I was given a message about illusion. What is the truth about what is the only thing real in this world or the next?
Our souls are the only thing that's real.
Our souls.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is there any other healing, or can Ryan receive a download today? Is he ready for that?
You can receive one for extra strength.
Okay, very good. And does he need golden light into the crown for this, or?
Yes, golden light would be great.
Okay, so we'll bring in the golden light, again, shining into the crown, infusing the strength, revitalizing, re-energizing, golden light from Source, shining brightly into every cell, into the DNA as well, awakening, enlightening, and strengthening, infusing this being and temple with pure strength and power from Source and the angels. Keep shining that light, empower and grow, enveloping your whole being and aura. And tell me when it is done.
It's complete.
Very good, thank you. And can you tell me how many of Ryan's chakras are open at this time?
So he has 6 open.
Okay. And can you tell me how many Denali has opened?
Like 5.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. We love communicating with you, and thank you for your messages and energy, and we'll be speaking to you again.
Yes, you are loved.
Thank you so much for your beautiful messages. And I hope we'll be meeting you in this life again.
In time. I'm always around.
Very good. Thank you so much. So we're going to bring Ryan back now, remembering this healing and wisdom that he received, connecting more to Jesus as aspect of St. Francis, waking up a little bit more, feeling refreshed and energized, and empowered with this download he received, coming back to us